Okay, got a transmission fluid leak coming from this lower cooler line to the radiator. Goes into here, right there. That's it. Up to that one. What I'm gonna do is disconnect it at the radiator, remove that E-clip, pull it out, and then I'll be able to have better access to this. I'm gonna cut this. Have to cut it on both sides. Same thing with that one. Cut it on both sides, because this is the metal one. And then I'm gonna put some fuel injection line clamps on that hose. I might even replace it with some high pressure oil hose too. So I don't know. I'll find out when I get there. Depends if I cut into it or not. Okay, I removed the fan module. It had a T25 screw, and I just pushed it up out of this little pocket. Yours might not be in the way. I got this cooler line right here. I don't know what it's for really. I can get a little bit better access to that E-clip once I remove that plastic cover. Yeah, I got the E-clip up out of there a little bit with a pick. Now I can reach up in there with a needle nose and grab it so I don't lose it. But if you do lose it, not the end of the world, they got them at the parts store. And that's what the E-clip looks like. So now you can grab a hold of the hose, wiggle it, or the line I mean, wiggle it and pull it. All right, there it is. I can get access to this one pretty good. Now I just need to get to that one. I have to use a die grinder with a carbide bit on it. And this one I'll use a disc on it. All right, I used a long die grinder with a carbide bit on it. And I think that clamp is aluminum because I fit through it pretty easy. And you just cut through it, and then you see the hose, it's black. You get a screwdriver in there and push it in there, a flat blade, push it in there and twist it to open it up. And hopefully you can open it up, the top part of it, to actually crack it a little bit more where it meets the metal line. Then you can twist it and pull it off. Okay, get up in there with your flat blade, get underneath it and lift it up and split it. Finish splitting it, you'll end up cracking it off between the two, and then you can be able to work the clamp off. See, it's a lot easier to turn now. Okay? Okay, here it is. It's aluminum. Sometimes I make them with metal, but the aluminum is easy to cut. Okay? So I'm gonna do the same thing with this one. I'm gonna slice it, split it, remove it. Okay, I got this line up out of the way a little bit. I really don't know what it is. But now I can get access to my cooler line. I can just have it come straight out and go right up to there. I shouldn't have any problem with my clamps. At least I can move them around, get a better idea. Now put your E-clip back in here. Be careful you don't go through the slots with the end of it. You have to get on the edge of the, where the slots are, go to the opposite part and slide it over. You'll never get it if you go into the slots. So you gotta go where there's no slots on it. Okay, hard to explain. And it expands and then goes over it. Get yourself some 5/16 trans cooler line hose. Make sure it's trans cooler line. Match up the length the best you can. I got a little bit longer. I'll trim it if I need to. And I'll get my fuel line clamps on there. Fuel line clamps don't loosen, and they also don't chew up the hose like a worm clamp does. Okay, clip in your metal hose. Make sure the little clip fastener is over it. Got your hose on there with your clamp. Make sure it's got a little hump on it because you're putting in the middle of the metal line. And then match up your other end, cut it the right length, put your hose clamp on there and tighten it up so you feel the humps. Should be in the middle of the metal line. Should be good. Tighten it up. Make sure you put your hand on it, see how tight it is when you tighten it up. And then make sure these things ain't gonna touch a hose, okay? So zip tie that one up, get it out of the way. That one's fine there, okay? And after you get done doing that, you can put your fan module back up there if you took it down, and that's it. If I helped you out with this trans cooler line, that's awesome. And maybe you can help me out by subscribing. I appreciate it. Thank you.